Hello, good morning once again. We are now on the Community Engagement, Solidarity, and Citizenship class. So, I hope that you are ready for this subject. I hope that at the end of all the discussions for this subject, you gain something since each and every one of us lived within a community. So, are you ready? We are now on the quarter 1, week 1. I'm your teacher, Mrs. Lori A. Develos. Now, for this week, we're about to discuss the importance of studying community dynamics and community action in relation to applied social sciences and the learner's future career options. So, importante pa rin na malaman ninyo kung ano nga ba ang career that I want to pursue after my graduation in senior high school, and I hope that this subject will help you decide on the career that you want to pursue. At the end of this lesson, the learners are expected to, number 1, understand the meaning of community. Next, identify the types of community. Number 3, appreciate the importance of studying the community and its dynamics. And the last one is learn the social science for future career options. So, yon. A community is a social unit. Of course, we all know that it is a group of living things with commonality such as norms, religions, values, customs, or identity. Communities may share a sense of place situated on a given geographical area. Example, country, village, town, or neighborhood, or in virtual space through communication platforms. So, napakaliwanag naman, di ba? Sabi dyan, ang isang community daw is a group of living things. And alam naman natin na tayo ay living things. Na kung saan we have this common or commonalities. Bawat isa sa atin ay merong religion, values, customs or traditions, merong identity and norms. Kaya nga 'di ba, nagkakasundo ang bawat isa living within a community because of this. At ang community daw na ito ay matatagpuan sa country, sa village, or katulad nitong ating lugar. So this is a community. A place where you live in is what we call community. Okay. A community is a group of people who share something in common. Tanggapin nyo man at hindi. So, the English language word community derives from the Old French communauté or currently communaute or communauté, which comes from the Latin communitas or community, public spirit, from Latin communis or common. So, yan. Types of community, we have formal, informal, urban, rural, global, sectoral, and social space. Ang dami pala. Before, I think the types of community is yung community lang kung saan ako nakatira. So, yun pala hindi. Then, we have the 5 common features of communities. We have the interest, we have the action, the place, the practice, and circumstance. So as much as possible, each one living within the community have the same interest. Diba? Para maayos ang pagsasamahan. In terms of action, see to it that isa ang landas na tinatahak ng bawat isa. Of course, the place where you live in. Sino ba ang gustong tumira sa isang lugar na magulo? So, wala naman. Then, practice. Practice what? Ang dami. Unang-una, how you mingle with each other. Diba? Kung dati meron kang sariling mundo, once you are in a community, kahit pa doon ka nakatira sa villages, no? Or sa village ng mga mayayaman still, kailangan mo pa rin i-practice yung mga bagay na dapat mong i-practice nang sa ganon you have to have a harmonious relationship. And of course, the circumstance. Community dynamics is the process of change and development in communities of all living organisms, including plants, microorganisms, and small and large creatures of every sort. So, ibig sabihin, kasama tayo doon. Nagbabago ang bawat isa. Yun nga lang, dapat ang pagbabago natin should be for the common good. Magbago tayo na maraming matutuwa sa atin, hindi yung magbabago tayo na maraming maiinis sa atin. Community dynamics is the change and development involved in a community that includes all forms of living organisms. So, hindi exempted ang isang community sa community dynamics. Diba? Before, nung pagdating namin sa Arenda way back 2009 kasi kami lumipat dito. Ang kalsada ng C6 ay kala mo ikaw ay sumasakay sa roller coaster. Lubak-lubak. Pag tag-init, grabe ang alikabok. Akala mo pag may dumaan na sasakyan, merong fog. Pag tag-ulan naman, kala mo may kalamay or champurado because of the putik. But nowadays, napakaganda ng kalsada. So that is one complete example of community dynamics. Community action is any activity that increases the understanding, engagement, and empowerment of communities in the design and delivery of local services. No man is an island. So, para yun dito sa community action. As a person, as an individual, ang dami mong kailangang services para sa araw-araw na pamumuhay. Diba? Naandyan ang health, naandyan ang education, diba? And other services. Kailangan mong kumain sa bawat araw, so kailangan mo ng market, kailangan mo ng palengke. Those are considered as community action. Diba? What are those activities that are needed para maintindihan mo, para sumali ka sa mga proyekto ng ating gobyerno? Community action is about putting communities at the heart of their own local services. So, kaya nga dapat as a politician, unang-una mong iisipin ang iyong mga constituents, di ba? Putting communities at the heart of their own local services. Kung ikaw man ay isang negosyante, kung ikaw man ay isang politiko, ang una-una mong iisipin or anybody providing services sa ibang tao ay kung ano ang maibibigay mong serbisyo sa ibang tao sa pinaka-the best na pamamaraan. Hindi yung magsiservisyo ka sa kanila for your own good and benefit. Diba? Huwag tayong maging mapagsamantala. That is what I mean. Diba? Kung ikaw ay isang teacher, tumulong ka sa mga estudyante mo nang walang hinihinging kapalit. Kung ikaw ay isang teacher, give the best to your student or to your students. Diba? Hindi lamang 8 to 5, kundi 24/7 ang pagsiservisyo. How much more kung ikaw ay merong position in a particular community? In terms of the role of the community, it includes community consultation, joint planning, joint design, joint delivery, and community-led activities. Example, kanina nabanggit ko, kailangan namin ng eskwelahan. You will conduct a survey. Magkukonsulta ka, di ba? Pag sinabing talagang kailangan ang eskwelahan sa lugar mo, iplano. Of course, hindi ka lang mag-isa. Why? Kaya mo bang i-finance ang eskwelahan na yun? If not, and you're going to ask help from your local government, much more na kailangan mo silang isama sa pagpaplano, sa pagde-design, na kung saan ang design ay magiging safe para sa lahat. Ipagpapatayo and other activities. Okay. Now, time will come you're going to have a career. Bakit napasama ang social science sa ating community engagement? Ma'am, pagkatapos ko naman mag-aral, mag-abroad ako. I'm telling you, my dear young students, babalik at babalik ka kung saan ka nanggaling. So, pinag-aralan na natin to sa DISS, if you still remember. Social science is the branch of science devoted to the study of societies and the relationships among individuals within those societies. So, yun. The term was formerly used to refer to the field of sociology. The original is the science of society, established in the 19th century. Sociology is the study of human social life. Sociology is a branch of the social sciences that uses systematic methods of empirical investigation and critical analysis to develop and refine a body of knowledge about human social structure. So, napakaliwanag. Pinag-aaralan ang ating social life. Diba? How you mingle with each other. Diba? How you deal within your community. So, yon. So, ang daming pwedeng maging profession, no? Dito sa branch of science na to. Diba? Social worker is one. Diba? DSWD kumbaga, isa na yon. Being a psychiatrist and psychologist, kasama rin yon. Bakit po, ma'am? Siyempre, doon sa mga taong may pinagdadaanan, especially nowadays, diba, yung depression, na kung saan ang iba kapag hindi nakakayanan ay nagkukumit ng suicide, merong mga taong dapat na umaalalay sa kanila. The social science perspective is viewing life through the tinted spectacles of the speculations passed off as science by bullying academics. In sad truth, they cannot predict wars, social changes, elections, or anything else. And certainly, they are incapable of creating or manipulating anything significant. So, yun. Diba? Nakikita lang daw nila yung dapat makita o yung nakikita lang. Hindi sila makakapag-predict kung may mangyayaring eleksyon, may mangyayaring giyera, hindi nila yun alam. So, kung ano lang yung nakikita nila sa isang tao, yun lang yun. Now, what is anthropology? Anthropology is the study of what makes us human. So, ano nga ba? Anthropological perspective focuses on the study of the full scope of human diversity and the application of that knowledge to help people of different backgrounds. These are culture, cultural relativism, fieldwork, human diversity, holism, then the biocultural focus. Why? Simply because each community composed of different persons. Sa lugar lamang kung saan ka nakatira, ito ay binubuo ng iba't ibang pinagmula ng tao. May Ilocano, may Bicolano, may Waray, diba? May Pangasinense. So, yun. Sociological perspective involves the investigation of the problem on micro and macro levels. So, kapag sinabi natin micro, maliit. Kapag sinabi natin macro, malaki. So, yun. Political perspective. Politics came from the Greek word politika, affairs of the cities. Ang ibig sabihin is the set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or other forms of power relations between individuals, such as the distribution of resources or status. The academic study of politics is referred to as political science. Kaya nga, dapat ang isang tao na papasok sa politika ay may background sa political science. As much as possible. Why? Nang sa ganun, alam mo kung anong atake. Alam mo kung anong atake ang dapat mong gawin. Diba? Alam mo na kapag ikaw ay isang politiko, you are considered as public servant na wala kang dapat pipiliing taong tutulungan. Example, kung may lumapit sa'yo dahil alam mo na doon siya sa kampo ng iyong kalaban, hindi mo tutulungan. No. Take note. That is a human being na kailangan ang tulong mo. Yun ay isang tao lumalapit sa iyo hindi bilang isang kalaban, kundi bilang isang kapwa-tao. Dapat ganyan ang ating mga politiko. So, this is a social institution. So, social institution consists of a group of people who have come together for a common purpose. So, yan. So, what are the 5 basic social institutions? So, these are the 5 basic institutions. We have the family, the education, the religion, the economics, and politics. So, yan. Diba? Family. All of us belong to a family. So, kapag magulo ang pamilya, panigurado, magulo ang komunidad. Why? Kasi tayo ay sa bahay natin unang natututo. Tanggapin nyo man yan, hindi. Once we say economics, institution, we are referring to the negosyante. Lahat ng kailangan natin, diba? Upang tayo ay mabuhay. Economics community yon. We have the political. How does this politician deals with us? We have the education para tayo ay hindi maging mangmang. And of course, the religion. Anong paniniwala man meron tayo, still, we have to respect each other. Why? Kasi iisa pa rin ang ating pinapaniwalaan. At iisa lamang ang ating Diyos. Next, we have this what we call civil society. Refers to the space for collective action around shared interest, purposes, and values, generally distinct from government and commercial for-profit actors. Role of civil society organization. The role of civil society in good governance is to apprise people of their fundamental rights and responsibilities. So, as an individual, dapat alam mo ang iyong karapatan. Of course, dapat alam mo rin ang iyong responsibilidad. I know that you have heard this is what we call non-government organizations. So, non-government organizations, from the name itself, diba? NGOs are a subgroup of organizations funded by citizens, which include clubs and associations which provide services to the members and others. So, walang kinalaman ang ating gobyerno. Kaya nga non-government eh. 2 broad groups of NGOs are identified by the World Bank. We have the operational NGOs and then the advocacy NGOs. What is the difference between the two? Ang operational, focus on development projects. Diba? Nung nag-undoy, may mga namigay ng mga kailangan natin. Kasi kami noon talagang bahang-baha din. May nabigay ng mga timba, kumot, ano ba, yero, pandingding. Ang namigay na yon is considered as NGO. And operational yon. Diba? Then, we have this what we call advocacy, which are organized to promote particular causes. Diba yung mga nilalapitan ng iba is considered as advocacy. Yung, halimbawa, paglilinis ng kapaligiran, diba? Yung hindi na paggamit ng plastic, yun ay advocacy NGO. How NGOs are funded? So, paano sila nagkakaroon ng pera or pondo? Una, membership dues. Kung ikaw ay member at may binabayaran kayo monthly or yearly, so yun ang pondo ninyo. Private donations, nangangalap ng donors. The sale of goods and services. And of course, yung grants. Diyan lamang nakakakuha ng pondo ang isang NGO. Some common characteristics of NGOs according to Ball and Dunn. Some common characteristics of NGOs according to Ball and Dunn are: they are formed voluntarily, walang pilitan. They are independent of government. They are not for private profit or gain. Wala po silang tubo dyan, wala silang kita. Their principle is to improve the circumstances and prospects of disadvantaged people. Diba? Yung mga rape victim, yun, tinutulungan nila yun. Social movements. So, ano naman kaya ang social movements? Social movement is a loosely organized effort by a large group of people to achieve particular goal, typically a social or political one. Interest group, also called a special interest group or pressure group, any association or individuals or organizations, usually formally organized, that on the basis of one or more shared concern attempts to influence public policy in its favor. So ito yung mga supporters, no, ng ating mga politicians. So, yun. Interest groups. Interest groups are a natural outgrowth of the communities of interest that exist in all societies. So, ito na yung naandyan na, yung kusang pagtutulungan ng bawat isa within a community, di ba? Especially ngayon sa pandemic, yung bayanihan, di ba? Napaka-importante niyan ngayon. Local and international organizations. There are variety of legal types of organizations including corporations, governments, non-governmental organizations, political organizations, international organizations, armed forces, charities, not-for-profit corporations, partnerships, cooperatives, and educational institutions. So ito yun, di ba? Bumubuo sila ng grupo na kung saan tumutulong. So local man yan or international, di ba? Sa teachers man or sa labas. Grassroots level. A grassroots movement is one which uses the people in a given district, region, or community as the basis for a political or economic movement. So ito, mauuso na naman ito ngayon. Why? Simply because 2022 elections is nearly approaching kung matutuloy. So that's all for our week 1, quarter 1. I hope that you gained something from this. You learned something from this. Did you notice something, yung students? May napansin po ba kayo? Okay, so you notice, I hope, na walang learning task sa video lesson. Yes, You heard it right. Wala na pong video lesson wala na pong modified module that will be given to you on Friday, June 4. So, yon. Pinadali ko na po ang lahat ng learning task. Kaya I hope that when I gave the deadline, maipapasa on time or on before the time. Congratulations everyone!